I pray that you had a powerful day. I pray it's been another day that you have been living. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me get the mic over here. I'm tripping. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't even got the mic over here with me. Hold on. Let's do this again. Great day. Great day. I pray it's been another amazing day for you. I pray it's been a day that you have lived with the expression of your greatness, your glory, your power, your potential, your purpose. And not that you was going through this day reflecting your trauma, your fears, your doubts, your disbeliefs, all those different things, man. I don't know if you got a chance to check out my stream here on Twitch this morning, but it was a powerful shift for a lot of minds that got an opportunity to get out of their way, get out of their mind and step into their soul. And it was definitely a moment of divine alignment. I definitely suggest that you go out and go back and check that out. Check that replay from this morning, August the 14th, this morning's stream. I guarantee you is going to have something of some value in it for you. But, you know, it's a great day, and we're definitely going to get into many things that make it a great day. But first and foremost, before we do that, you know, every superhero needs a theme song. Every superhero needs a theme song, and this is definitely a theme song for a lot of people who are making a way out of no way right now. For a lot of people who are finding out how they're going to do it as they put their foot down to do it. And so I'm going to play that for you real quick so we can get to it. We can start the stream off with this. This is my song Mirror, streaming on all platforms. You could go to brianhyppolite.com and pick your own price to download it as well. But yeah, listen, I went to the Mind Pyramids to film this music video for you.
Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror. Look, you had something to offer, you and not your mistakes. You wanna share your thoughts, but think nobody relates. Lowballing your work, and that's the irony, isn't it? When a life is significance, but don't think it's significant. You gotta shift your thinking, get in line with your infinite. Release all the negative beliefs that you dealing with. I know you can hear me, you know who you are. Identify with your greatness instead of your scars. Let's let go of all these labels. You are not defective. Be the first to know your presence is a blessing. In today's lesson, I leave for you to learn, as you can only have what you believe you deserve. Change your self-perception, your thoughts and your action. The secret is understanding the law of attraction. Look, it's time to start living out your passions. That's how you get your phoenix rising up about them ashes. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. I took it out of my mind and put it all in my hands. If you was count me out, cancel all of them plans. I'm selling dope in the open. These are audiograms. Apply real pressure, fakes ain't strong enough to withstand. I'm built different, it feel different, it's real different. When you embrace what makes you different, and that makes a difference. This is self-love, this is self-healing. Real wealth, belief in self, I pray you know the feeling. This is self-awareness, this is self-acceptance. It's about that time you turn your flaws into a secret weapon. I was destined, ain't see a way, so I made my own. Paved my own, stumbling blocks turn to stepping stones. Private planes, my daughter stepping on. Manifested, I got my blessings on. Bloomed in the midst of a storm that would've killed you. They tell me when they hear you, the real ones gon' feel you. I tell them we go win no matter the hand they deal you. Tupac staring at the world through my rear view, but you can't drive forward staring in the rear view. You gotta have a clear view on this road of life, so never make moves from what you seen in your rear view. I'm just trying to prepare you. Face your fears, you learn from what scares you. And if you holding back tears, let them tear through. You can outgrow your problems, I dare. Oh, you had it twisted. Oh, you didn't know that you was gifted. You ain't know that stuff you went through just set you up for winning. You ain't know. Oh, you ain't know that you was chosen. You ain't know that you was golden. You ain't know you was important, huh? Oh, you ain't know you had a purpose much bigger than anything you ever considered. Oh, you ain't know. Well, I'ma be your mirror, so you can see it clearer. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you. That's you. That's you. Look at that greatness. That's you.
Man, I promise you, that was one of my favorite music videos that I've got a chance to shoot. And again, it was a powerful time. I was all the way out in Yucatan in Mexico. I believe the name of that town, or at least that site, is El Castillo. Chichen Itza. I'm probably saying it the wrong way, but Chichen Itza is the Mayan pyramids, Mayan ruins in Yucatan. And it was a good time. It was about a 3.5-hour ride from Tulum. You know what I'm saying? And so we out in the middle of the jungle and enjoying this wonderful archaeological site and all the history that goes along with it. Like, you know, that was the Mayan civilization was a really interesting civilization. It was a really interesting civilization. And I seen so much in them and the way that they kicked it that mirrors a lot of what we got going on right here, right now in this time of our lives. So, I mean, looking back to the Mayan pyramid or period of time, man, to see how the people in charge, to see how the elders of this community, the elites of this community, I should say, were manipulating the less educated, and so that the less educated would work, so that the elites would benefit from their labor. How the elites had certain knowledge of, I mean, even back then, like the elites of that time period, like they knew, like the pyramid, for instance. Let me bring this pyramid back on. I'm gonna give y'all a little some cool information right here. This pyramid is actually a calendar. Still, let me pull up a good picture of it so that you can see it. Yeah, let's look that up. Just a second. I'm trying to find the right picture online for you to look at. All right, so got one from Wikipedia. So I've been standing right here, right where this picture is taken at. I've stood right there, and most of the mirror, like there's shots in the mirror music video where I'm walking around it, I'm standing in front of it, but this pyramid right here, like this was a calendar. The elites use this as a calendar. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these big steps, and then however many of the small steps that go up and down like that humans would walk. But for each month of the year, because in the old calendar, it wasn't 12 months of the year, it was 13. And so each one of these steps, or however they broke it down, they could tell by where the sun is landing on these steps what part of the year it is and what season we're in. And based off of where the sun would land and hit on certain steps, they knew what season we were going into. And they would know that meant rain is coming. because we're going into this season on this, where the sun is shining on this part of the pyramid. We're going into this season, so rain's coming, or summer is coming, and it wasn't going to be any rain, whatever. But they understood the weather, and they would use that to manipulate the people who didn't, and have them doing certain things like, yo, we need you working in the field. Like their big crop was corn. We need you working in the field because there's a corn god that he's not going to bring us the corn that we need for our harvest unless you go do these certain things. And they would have these people working for them and using the information that they knew to reign over the people who didn't do it, or who didn't know it. And it was such an amazing reflection of what's happening in our society even now, thousands of years later. It's really a system that's set up by people who have some amount of knowledge, and they're gatekeeping that knowledge, and they're using the lack of knowledge to manipulate all of the other people. And so I'm super grateful that not only did I visit this place, but that I took a tour, and I paid for a tour guide that was from that area that knew the history. And I really should be posting some of those videos, because there's a lot of great information that that was understood from being that. But yeah, so that was where I was at filming the Mirrors music video. And I look forward to going back and exploring some more. There were some pretty cool things over there in Yucatan. But yeah, that's Mirror is a song that comes from my first book, Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. So big shout out to all of y'all who know me from that book, who have followed me in my journey since that book. I put it out 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago now, and I've been teaching out of that book and on that subject matter ever since. That book was really the child that birthed this whole brand of mine, of getting out of your humanity and getting in touch with your divinity and living a life that reflects your divinity. And I'm grateful for it. So shout out to each and every one of y'all that have been rocking with me for some time. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting me on social media. So if you're streaming right now, if you're a part of this right now, you're either on Twitch, you're either on YouTube, you're on Facebook. We go and get TikTok and IG in here in just a few moments. But I just want to say sincerely from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the support. Thank you for those that's been going to BrianHyppolite.com and picking your own price and purchasing my music. Yo, it's like it's the biggest flex, and it's the biggest humbling thing at the same time, that y'all see the value in what it is I offer and what it is I present, and you have no problem picking your own price and supporting me. So thank you. I'm gonna probably say it a million times, because I wake up every day in just such a state of gratitude, because of the position that y'all put me in with your support, and that I'm waking up and doing something that I really care for and I really want to do, and that is working. So I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you for the participation on your end, and I'm going to continue to come to you with things of value, with things that you want to hear more of, and all that great stuff, man. This morning I was watching this video, and I played it for a little bit of the stream this morning, and it's such great information. I was contemplating whether I was going to pick it up where I left off at, or if I was just going to start it all over. I think I'm just started all over. This is a mindset reset for a lot of people, because there's things that we want to see in our lives. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking this firsthand. There's things that we want to see in our lives that are not coming into our lives until we're in alignment with it. And quite plain and simple, most of the time, we are in alignment more so with our past, with our fears, with our doubts, with our insecurities, things like that, and not in alignment with our faith, not in alignment with our greatness, with our glory, not in alignment with our power or our potential. And so we want to have a mindset reset, because we got to shift the way that we've been going through life. Because lately it does not seem that you've been going through life allowing it to reflect your greatness. And that's stifling your ability to manifest. That is stopping your ability to create the life and the legacy that you desire. And we're going to do something about that, because I don't want that for you. There's greater available for you, and you're going to get it. For sure, for sure. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. And I want you to listen to it. I want you to vibe to it. And I want you to hear what's being said. It's a video that's called "You Will Be a Millionaire in 1 Month." And this is something that is going to stretch a lot of people's faith, mindset, and mentality. But it's where it's where you need to be. It's an understanding that you need to have in terms of how you are creating and manifesting things in your life, or what you're doing wrong that's stopping you from being able to. So yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of this. We're gonna catch a little vibe.
Say goodbye to heavy perfumes. This body mist is...
Oh, why it's doing that crazy shit? Let me tell you real quick. Let me tell you right now. The first 50 subscriptions on Twitch, you are getting access to a lot of dope stuff, a lot of cool stuff. First and foremost, I'm going to make sure that you have access to our Discord. This is how you get into the Discord. Let's start right there. There's a powerful Discord where you will be able to connect with more individuals that's on this type of time that we on. We're going to start with that. You're also, in addition to the access to the Manifest Nation Discord, you're going to get the Manifesting You Workbook. And so this is a powerful document that is going to ask you a lot of reflective questions and help you work through some of the blockages that you may be having, help you get past some of the masks that you may be wearing, so that you can manifest deliberately the life and legacy that you want. It's a very powerful workbook. Again, it comes from that Manifesting You book, and I know it's going to be so impactful to you. In addition to that, you're also going to get 8 of my transformative ebooks. 8 ebooks. You hear what I'm saying? You're going to get 8 ebooks from me when you subscribe to this channel. So please take advantage, because this is the opportunity that's not going to come back around. This is really me showing love and support to the first 111 people who show love and support to me, who supporting this channel, who supporting this movement, who supporting the things that I'm doing. So jump on that. 8 ebooks, 8 of my transformational ebooks. And we're talking about all of the ones that I'm known for. I'm not holding nothing back. I'm giving you everything, the best that I got for you. And I want you to take advantage of it. Not only are you going to get those books, you're also going to get a lot of really cool things, downloadable content, a vault of digital content that's within the Discord that is going to be everything that you need to take your life and your legacy to the next level, to help you start manifesting what you want, to help you get out of your way and get into your divinity. And that's going to be there for the first 111 that subscribe to the Twitch channel. So if you're watching from anywhere else, make sure you come over to Twitch. This is where the replays are going to be. This is where the bonus content is going to be. This is where everything that you don't want to miss is going to be. So please subscribe. Be one of the first 111. I got some blessings for you. I got a big bag of blessings for you for the first 111 subscribers. So thank you for being a part of that, for being in the founding circle of Manifest Nation. Hey, this is what it is. This is where we don't just talk about creating, or we're waiting for something to happen. This is where we're making it happen. So shout out to each and every one of you that's already subscribed. Shout out to everyone else that is subscribing. We're gonna have a powerful time. You know what I mean? But let's get into this. Let's get some good information right here. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Let's see what it has to say.
You will be a millionaire in 1 month, not because of effort, not because of hustle, not because of anything the world teaches, but because you will awaken to the truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this as a fact, not as a theory, your life begins to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The riches you desire, the lifestyle you long for, the security you dream of, they are not out there. They are within you, awaiting your command. And in exactly 1 month, if you dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will watch the outer world bend to your inner world. Do not ask how. That is the fatal error. To ask how is to admit that you do not yet.
We gonna run it back. We gonna run it back because this is such a powerful thing for you to understand, and I don't want anyone to miss
You
it.
will be a millionaire in 1 month, not because of effort, not because of hustle, not because of anything the world teaches, but because you will awaken to the truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this as a fact, not as a theory.
Imagination creates reality. I'm going to interrupt this video a whole lot, but there's some things that you got to understand, and I don't want to just fly by you. Imagination creates reality. You need to be imagining right now about the reality that you want to create, the reality that you want to have in your future. You need to be imagining that now. You need to be creating that reality within you right now. You should be taking some time throughout your day to envision and visualize. There's so much success when it comes to manifestation. There's so much success that is tied to you visualizing it, because honestly, that's how you hold the vibration of that thing that you want to see and that thing that you want to have. You got to visualize it. You hold yourself in the space that it's already there. It's already yours. You're already experiencing it, because again, your imagination creates your reality. There's nothing that is going to come to your outer world that does not already exist in your inner structure. And I don't think many of us pay enough attention to our inner structure. I don't think many of us give enough attention to the fact that we are creating our reality. We want to say that it's something else that's creating that reality. We want to blame it on where we came from. We want to blame it on what somebody did or what they didn't do. We want to say it's all these things. We want to hold this idea that somehow we are uniquely defective. That what we went through, the conundrum of experiences that we have, is the reason why everyone else got a chance to move forward in life, but we didn't. Listen, as someone who has mentored almost 100 people now, as someone who has had hundreds of people in my communities and got a chance to speak to so many people, I want to let you know you are not uniquely defective. There's nothing about what you went through or what you experienced that gives you this golden ticket of deficiency that creates a reason as to why you aren't able to meet your goals, hit your marks, and be who you want to be. Yeah, there's been some things that have happened that you didn't want to happen, that didn't feel good, that weren't the best for you, but your purpose and your power are much greater than your problems. And the moment that you realize that and begin to move from that understanding, you're going to start manifesting a whole lot different. Because once again, your imagination creates your reality. You know, there's so many people who take time every day visualizing the day that they want to have, the things that they want to see come from their day. Visualizing not only just having what it is that they wish is in their presence or that they desire to have in their presence, but they hold on to the vibration of it's already here. The feeling, you know, we'll use money as a great example. There's so many people who, when they get to talking about manifesting money or bringing it into their life, what they really focus on is not having money. You really are holding the vibration of the lack. You're every time you think about the money coming, you also think about the money not being there. And because you think of the money not being there, the logic kicks in and you start to think of what would happen if the money doesn't show up. And now vibrationally, you're holding on to this lack, this limitation, this fear, this worry, and that's blocking your blessing. There's a lot of people who are blocking their blessing on a daily basis because you keep replaying a old tape of fear, doubt, and disbelief that is completely separating you from the abundance that's available to you. Does that make sense? Drop a 1 in the chat for me if that makes sense for you, if that makes sense to you. Because it's understanding these things that give us the advantage to do something different. I come across a lot of people who are suffering day in and day out, meaning they're dealing with something that they can keep dealing with that continues to offer them less of the experience that they want to have. What I want to tell you is the good news. The good news is that if you're suffering from anything, that means there's something different that you could be doing. You have to play a part to be suffering. There's something different you could be doing that would give you a different result. If you're suffering from anything, there's something that's in your control that can change the experience that you're having. Most of the time, we're not suffering from the events that have taken place. We're suffering from the meanings that we have associated with them. Somebody needs to receive that. You really need to understand that. We're not suffering from the event that took place. You're suffering from the meaning you've associated with it, from the meaning that you've attached to it. Such and such happened. Such and such isn't happening anymore. However, you're still dealing with the ramifications of it because of the way it hurt your ego, the way it hurt your pride, the way it disturbed your peace, or because this happened and then you created a meaning around that. Because this happened, that means this, and you're suffering from that meaning. Now we can scale. We can go from the most extreme situations to the easy ones to get through. I like to use the extreme ones because if it works for these extreme situations, it normally works for the other ones as well. Shout out to Manifest University, by the way. Shout out to Manifest University. Shout out to everyone and Manifest Mentorship. Shout out to everyone who has already signed up for the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp that is starting September the 1st. When I tell you this is going to be such a powerful time and there's so many great things that are lined up for you to take advantage of in this 30-day time period, you are going to be greater than you've ever been. And I'm going to make sure of it. In these 30 days, that 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, listen, we are going to unlearn and release destructive patterns that you have had, that you've held on to. We're going to identify the core beliefs that have held these destructive beliefs in place, these destructive patterns in place. We're going to identify the misinformed information. We're going to identify the pain and the wounds that allowed you to have these erroneous and counterproductive and destructive belief systems. Now, as we do that, as we unlearn, as we identify, as we unlearn, as we release, we're also going to rewire your thought process to align with the success that you want to see in your life. Many of your thoughts processes don't align with what you want to see, with what you want to take place, with what you want to come from you. Yeah, you want it, sure. But how are you aligning with it? You want a type of relationship. You want a certain type of counterpart. Are you waking up every day and saying, well, if I want that type of person is probably going to want this type of person. What do I need to do so I could be that type of person that can not only attract the type of mate that I want, but could keep the mate that I want? Because there are many people who want a certain type of love, but you don't have the mindset. You don't have the thought patterns that align with that type of relationship that you want. You're still carrying things from your past that dictate the way that you handle certain situations and the way that you go through certain things. And you have to release those things. You have to unlearn those things and release those things so that they don't hinder you from what you want. Because that person that you want right now might not be in your life because God is saving them from you. Because right now you wouldn't be able to handle that blessing. You won't be able to, you'd be surprised how many people be praying for a blessing, and when they show up, they act like a demon. You'll be surprised how many people be out here asking God by every name they could call calling out every ancestor they could think of. And when that thing comes their way, doing every metaphysical thing they could do to bring something into reality. And when it comes their way, they treat it like a demon. Because all they know is how to react to life based off of how it makes them feel. Not what they're in alignment with, not what's in congruency to what they want to have from life. No, it's all about the way that they feel about what's happening. And those people are missing out on some amazing parts of life. So I'm going to help you. We're going to identify these core beliefs. We're going to unlearn and release these destructive beliefs. We're going to rewire your thoughts so that they align with your success. And we're going to rebuild your daily habits to match your goals. Could you imagine how productive you're going to be, how much further along you're going to be when you have an actual roadmap that says, oh, that's where you want to go. This is how you get there. Do this, then do this. After you do that, do this. Once you do that, do it again. Then once you do that, do it again so you do it really good. And now go and do it. Like, come on now. Once you have the actual formula and you following through, consistency is going to get you there. That's the other problem that so many of y'all have, though. And that's why this 30-day challenge seems like such a big thing to you. You're not used to following through. You're used to starting but not finishing. You're used to being inspired and motivated but not disciplined. And you will have, your life falls on your discipline. It rises to your expectations, to your wants, your desires. Absolutely. That can all be inflated. But your life is going to fall and rest on your disciplines. And since you don't operate through disciplines, what you fall back on is your feelings. And you do what you feel like doing. You do what feels good to you. You do what your fears allow you to feel good about. You do what your ego tells you feels good to it, but you're not doing what's in alignment with the life that you say you want. You're not operating off of principle. You're not operating out of discipline. You operating out of feelings. And you know what that's like? If that's what you want, if that's how you feel, if that's what you're experiencing, I promise you, you will benefit so much from this 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It's starting September the 1st. And you give me 30 days, we're going to get you in a habit that is going to elevate your life. We're going to get you in a routine that's propelling you forward. And we're going to separate you from all those things that's been pulling you back, slowing you down, holding you down, and weighing you down. But it's up to you. Because it's just 30 days. 30 days is not a long time to do anything. And it's crazy because it doesn't take any discipline to binge watch on Netflix. It doesn't take any discipline at all to doom scroll through these social media apps. And you'll just do that all day. You do it like you're getting paid for it. You can always find the time for it. But when we talk about finding time, making time, and prioritizing the time for your betterment, all of a sudden now you will let me see what time is it. Maybe I can make it, maybe I can't. You got all the money in the world for the next trip. And traveling is great. That's one of my favorite things to do. But you know what my other favorite thing to do is to invest in me. That's my number one favorite thing to do. Man, listen, I'm excited. I'm excited every time the opportunity comes to invest in me because first of all, that's the highest ROI I've ever seen. Investing in me has brought back astronomical results. So I'm excited when it comes down to that. I'm excited to vacation. But listen, there's a lot of people who will spend their money on all these other things. But when it comes to investing in themselves and the things that make their greater version of themselves, all of a sudden, now they can't. Now they can't. Now they got a budget for it. You ain't got to, but you don't even think like that when someone's asked you to come outside and do some other shit. Brother, I know the money you would spend right now. You put yourself in the hole if the right woman want to give you some of her time and her attention and a little bit of her kitty. You'll spend some money you don't even need to be spending on that, bro. You'll hit the group chat and ask your bros to send you a few dollars just to make sure that that ends meet, because you had to go and splurge on some woman and just so you could get a little taste of something. But when we tell you, hey man, sign up to this thing that for the next 30 days is going to make you a greater version of yourself, going to get you more discipline, going to get your mind out of the gully, going to get you stopping reacting to your feelings and your emotions and your desires, and it's going to get you in tune with your greatness. Now it's, oh man, maybe my next paycheck, maybe I'll be able to do it. Man, that's some sucker shit, to be honest with you. You'll rather participate in financing your destruction instead of investing in your greatness. That's some sucker shit. And to be honest with you, I ain't come here to talk to you. I ain't even come here to deal with that. I ain't even come here to even be nowhere on your radar. Only people that I want attaching themselves to me are those who are serious about change. Those who are on if this is what it takes, then that's what I'm going to do type of time. Not the ones that's making excuses. Y'all that want to continue to make excuses, God bless you. I look forward to catching you in another season in my life where I'm just giving my time to anybody. Catch me at that time. Right now, I want to invest in those who want to invest in themselves. And the way that I love y'all and the way that I want to invest in you, it's like, listen, man, if you're willing to put $1 towards you, I'm willing to put 10. I'm going short with $100 worth of game. I'm going to give you $1,000 worth of insight. But you got to be willing to put your own $10 up for it. You know what I mean? So anyone that's not in that type of mind, that they don't see the value that's being offered to them and see the need of why they need that, and you willing to go put your dollars everywhere else, but not in the space that's going to elevate you, you're not who I came to talk to anyway. So no pressure, no worry. Don't even trip. What is going to happen is season's going to come around and you still going to be in the same place, doing the same thing. You might have a different excuse. You're going to have the same results. You're going to have the same situations, probably dealing with the same problems. I would hate that. I would hate to grow up, be in my grown ass life, and still be living the same years over and over and over again, calling that life. Still dealing with the same struggle year after year after year and calling that life. It's not life, man. That's a hamster wheel that you have no business being on, but that you keep yourself on due to your lack of discipline. It's time to change all that. So listen, matter of fact, let me let you know right now before I forget, discount code GREATER. If you are ready to be greater, you're ready to experience greater, discount code GREATER is going to save you $50 off for this 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. All right, there's 3 tiers of access, so get in where you fit in to the level of access that is that you are ready for. But you got less than 48 hours at this point until discount code GREATER is no longer working. It's not going to save you that $50, and this will never be offered again. So take advantage of it now at BrianHyppolite.com. If you're watching on social media, if you're watching on IG, TikTok, you can put boot camp in the comments. Not here on the live, but in on any of my posts, and you will get a message that will send you the link. Or you could go to BrianHyppolite.com. You could click the link in my bio. If you're over here on Twitch, you already know what to do. It's in the link right below the video. Go ahead and sign up, because it's going to get you a lot of powerful information that's going to help you take your life and your legacy to the next level. Spots are limited. They will sell out. So anti-hesitation is the way. Be a part of the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. If you want to take your life and your legacy to the next level, don't suffer the cost of staying the same. I promise you, the cost of this bootcamp is so low compared to the cost of you staying the same. Compared to the cost of what is going to cost you to be this version of you next year, as everything continues to get more expensive, as things continue to not work in your favor globally. Where are you going to be? Still playing victim, still making excuses. So it is. So it shall be. You know what I mean? Everyone gets to make their choices. Everyone gets to decide. But this is what I'm doing. I'm building my community, and my community is called Manifest Nation. If you just tuning in, Manifest Nation is where the visionaries come through, where the bloodline breakers, generational curse breakers show up, where the divine builders and keepers of sacred energy come together. This is where we do community, do life together. We rewrite our stories. We're healing what they said was unhealable, and we're building what they said was impossible. And here in Manifest Nation, you're going to get the tools. You're going to get the truths. You're going to get the tribe that is going to help you get further than you would on your own. And that's why it's so important that you survive, that you subscribe. Not just watching it on IG or on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. It's so important that you come over to Twitch. Click the link in my bio, come over to Twitch, or go to Twitch and search Brian Hyppolite or Manifest Nation so that you can subscribe to this channel, because this is where the replays are going to be. And everything that's hitting the social media is just a piece of actually what's going on. So there's going to be more challenges. There's going to be much more reflection, much more eye-opening truth, and you want to get all of it. So come over here to subscribe. In the first 111 subscribers, I got a lot of powerful tools for you. Just for subscribing, you're going to get access to our Discord, where we're in, and there's jewels being dropped in the Discord all day. There's great conversations of elevation. You're going to get you some divinity bonds. You're going to get away from the other conversations that you be having with people that you shouldn't even be dealing with no more, because you're going to be around some people of high frequency, high value, that's on the same type of time that you want. You're going to enjoy that. You're also going to get 8 of my ebooks. All of my books that I put out. You know, I put out 10 books in the last 5 years, and you're going to get 8 of those ebooks when you subscribe. I mean, where else could you go that for $5.99, you're going to get 8 ebooks? That's just how I should start. Let me give you all 8 of my ebooks. You want all 8 of my ebooks? Go to Twitch right now, subscribe to the channel. Not only are you going to get those 8 ebooks, but you're also going to get the Manifesting You Workbook. Some affirmations, some guided meditations, a lot of cool digital content is there waiting for you just for $5.99 on Twitch. So thank you for everyone that is subscribing and that is joining the channel, that is spreading the news, spreading the awareness. If you're cut from this cloth and all you're about is breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth, we've saved 11 seats for you at the Founders Table. Come join this Founders Circle. There's a lot of dope things that you're going to get, man. Welcome to Manifest Nation. Welcome to Manifest Nation. This is what we do, because on our own we get far. On our own we got movement, but together we move mountains. And that's what I'm doing. I'm building a community of people who move mountains on their own. So when we get together, man, we're making something powerful happen. That's really what it is and what it's about. I've been ranting. I completely forgot that I was playing this video. Let's get back to this video that's talking about how we got to reset our mindset so that we can manifest the things that we want in our lives. Let's get back to what it's talking about.
Your life begins to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The riches you desire, the lifestyle you long for.
Your life begins to unfold in accordance to your assumptions. I know that was just one sentence and I stopped it again, but think about that. Your life begins to unfold in accordance to your assumptions. What do you assume? I woke up this morning. I assumed it was going to be a great day. I assumed I was going to be on task and on schedule. I assumed my children was going to behave. I assumed money was going to fall out the sky. Money was going to grow out the ground. I assumed by the time I laid my head on the pillow tonight, I'd be richer than I was when I woke up. I assumed blessings was going to come to me. And I haven't been disappointed. I haven't been disappointed. What did you assume when you woke up? Did you assume problems was going to be waiting for you? Did you assume such and such was going to do such and such that was going to aggravate you? Did you assume there was going to be trials and tribulations? I'm sure you were right. Your life is definitely constructed by your assumptions. Let's keep going.
The security you dream of, they are not out there. They are within you, awaiting your command. And in exactly 1 month, if you dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will watch the outer world bend to your inner world. Do not ask how. That is the fatal error. To ask how is to admit that you do not yet believe.
Do not ask how. We're talking about manifesting. We're talking about making changes. We're talking about creating a reality, pulling something out of your mind and put it into your hand. The moment that you ask, how is that going to happen? You are admitting that you don't have a level of faith that you need, because faith is supposed to exceed logic. Faith is its own evidence. And that's what's so important for you to have. Faith that does not need any other evidence for it to exist. I just believe that it's going to happen. Most of y'all are walking around with the type of faith that isn't really faith. It's just what you proclaim. And we know that because when something happens, when there's actual opposition, you don't move from a place of faith. You move from a place of worry. You move from a place of doubt, of indecision. You move from a place of, God, why is this happening to me? Where's your faith? Where's your faith in the moments when life isn't giving you what you wanted? Because if you thought what you had those other times was faith, no, you just didn't have opposition. You didn't have anything to tell you that what you believed wasn't true or couldn't be. You didn't have anything standing in your way. And all of a sudden, when the hurdles come, you don't move from a place of faith. You don't have faith. You have beliefs in certain things, and they're low-level beliefs. Because I can tell by the way that you move what you believe in more. You believe in your fears. You believe in your fears more than you believe in your God. That's why I won't have a real conversation with most people about religion and about, a deep conversation about spirituality. Because people be wanting to argue, but you don't even believe what you be talking about. You just talking about what you know, or what somebody done told you, what you heard about, what you've been familiar believing. But I can look and see in your life when the going gets rough, you're not operating on some faith in God or faith in the universe or ancestors or whoever. You be talking about religious doctrine that make you feel good. You be talking about these experiences that you've had, these moments that you've had in the presence of God, but you don't know God. You don't know God for yourself. You know people who talk about God a lot. You know some stories that people have written on God, but you don't know God for yourself, not the God within you. If you do, you know some mythical being up in the sky. You're not connected. I could tell you're not connected because you don't move like you got access to God. You don't move like you know that God is within you, and all you have to do is go within. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all shall be added to you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. That's you. That's the God within you. You are the kingdom of God. And the moment that you realize that, and stop just doing this nonstop petitioning, praying every day for the same thing as if the God that you pray to didn't hear you the first time. Let me tell you something. My kids asked me for some ice cream about 4 times. And by the 5th time, they went to, no, you can't have that damn ice cream. Because you'd asked for it 4 times. You ain't even give me a chance to answer your ass yet. No, you can't have that ice cream. If I feel like that, how you think, you see where I'm going with this? How you think God feel that you keep asking for the same thing day after day, but not aligning to get it, not creating a reality that will will it into your existence, that will bring it to you. My conversations with the divine is more like a contract. I'm telling them what I'm about to do, what I'm about to use my energy, in what divine way I'm inspired to use my energy, the impact I want that to have, and how I want to be compensated for it. Not only that, not only am I saying I'm going to do this and it's going to have this impact and it's going to do that, and this is what I want for that. This is how I want to be compensated for that. Universe, God, ancestors. Not only that, when I get that compensation, this is what I'm going to do with that. That further adds value to the universe, to the rest of God's children, to this divine mission that I'm on. So not only I'm setting this contract, but I'm reinvesting into the positivity. And when I say we get to it. By we, I mean me, myself, and I mean my God, I mean my ancestors, I mean all of the divine first forces that work in my favor. I don't know why I can't talk in this moment. All the divine forces that work in my favor. Protect me in realms I can't see and guide me through this one. We get to it. Everybody knows their part. Everybody knows what they got to do. I know what I got to do. They know what they got to do. We know when we get to this step, this is what's going to happen. And listen, when it don't go the way that I planned, and I'm not on Brian's time and I'm on divine timing, and I'm in my bag when I'm on divine timing. I don't know how you do when something don't go the way that you wanted to go, but when it happens to me, I know I'm on divine timing. And I'm in my bag. I'm looking. I'm anticipating. What am I here for? What is the opportunity that's being presented to me right here in this moment, in this divine moment? Because divine moments bring you divine opportunities, divine orchestration, divine people that cross your paths for divine reasons. Y'all be missing out on all this just because when something's not going your way, the way that you planned it, the way that you had it scheduled, you got attitude. You missing all these divine moments, all these divine opportunities, all these divine interventions, all these divine meetings that you can be having, divine conversations, divine situations that's going to lead you to a divine blessing. You miss it time after time because your ego got you so wrapped up in something not going the way that you planned it, the way that you wanted it to be, the way that you thought it was going to be. Throw one in the chat. Just let me know if I'm talking to the right people in here tonight. Let me know if I'm on point or I just need to switch the subject. But I believe I'm talking to some people who are ready to have a greater existence. I believe there's some people that's listening to this that are ready to let go of the mindsets and the habits and the belief systems that have been stopping them from maximizing their potential, let alone walking in alignment, living in alignment and in congruency to the life that you want to have and the legacy that you want to create. Many of y'all can't even get through your day living the day that you want to live. But you talk about this life that you're going to have one day, and we all should be inspired to have greater. Let's take that inspiration and meet it with discipline so that you can actually create that reality. Because again, your life falls on your disciplines and is created by your assumptions. Let's keep learning.
The how belongs to God, to the deeper dimension of yourself. Your task is not to figure out the bridge of incidents that will lead to your millions. Your task is to accept the end, live in the end, feel the reality of already having what you want. For that which you accept as true of yourself, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So do not look to the newspapers, the bank account, or the outer circumstances. These are the shadows of previous assumptions. They are echoes of the old man, not the new you.
Your current reality is the shadow of your previous assumptions. The reality that you're experiencing right now is the shadow of your previous assumptions, previous things that you assumed, previous things that you accepted as true, previous things that you believed. Your life that you're experiencing right now is a shadow of that. So what should we be changing? Should we be changing our assumptions? Can you look around your life right now and say, there's some things that about the way that I believe, what I believe about me, what I believe I'm ready for, what I believe I'm capable of having. Shout out to my city, Tampa, Florida. Shout out to Haiti. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to New York. Y'all been showing so much love. Y'all been showing so much love. Shout out to New York. You know what I mean? Shout out to Atlanta. We definitely gotta. Y'all been coming through consistently for years. So big shout out to Atlanta. You know, once you get to shouting out people in cities, you don't want to leave nobody out that's really been holding you down. North Carolina, Detroit, Cali, definitely Phoenix. Phoenix been showing a whole lot of love since I've been out here. South Africa. Y'all been doing y'all thing, and I'm gonna be out there in a few months. I'm looking forward to getting there and vibing with y'all. But listen, man, you could be manifesting the life that you want right now. But most of the time, what's happening is that you're too busy being caught up in the feelings, the emotions that you don't want to experience. And because you don't want to experience them, you pay so much attention to them. And where your energy goes is what's going to flow in your life. That's also what's going to grow in your life. So you be paying so much attention to the things that you don't want. And that's why more of what you don't want is what's growing in your life. You hear me? That's why it's happening, because that's what you're focusing on. That's the vibration that you're holding. You're talking about that relationship that you want, but then in the back of your mind, you're feeling lonely. You're holding on to this feeling of without, feeling of lack, and a feeling of limitation. And that's the vibration that you're holding. And you're going through the day suffering from that. And you're going through the day attracting more lack and limitation to you, because you're not holding the vibration of abundance, the vibration of opportunity. You're talking about this money that you want to get and that you want to fall in your lap, but you're really thinking about not having it. You're really holding on to poverty mindsets. You keep making decisions based off of poverty mindsets and based off of lack. And that's why lack is staying there with you. Because if your reality is created based off of your assumptions, and you assume that money's not going to be there, and that's why you make decisions based off money not being there, based off of the belief that money's not going to come. It's like you believe that it could fall out of the sky until you got to spend some money. And now you get to rationing out and you get to thinking about, well, can I spend this money? Do I need this money? Like, you get into that whole space. What have you done? Vibrationally, you chose to believe that money was not coming. And so you keep making decisions based off of that lack. So guess what? It's not coming. It's coming here, to be honest with you, because I'm aligning with it. I'm staying in congruency. It's expecting me. Not only that, it knows I know how to treat it. What? I know how to treat money. Money get turned on when it come over here. Money get in the group chat and tell her homegirls, hey, y'all need to come over here. He know how to treat us. He make us feel the way, because you know what money loves to do? It loves to multiply. Money loves to work and multiply. And y'all be getting y'all money and y'all just keep it stuffed in the closet. Y'all just keep it in your bank account. Y'all don't got it doing nothing for you. Money ain't making money. Money ain't happy. Money I know how to treat it. I make the money feel good. Money like coming here. Money it's really, it's just like having a woman, bro. It's just like having a woman, whether it's your mother, whether it's your lady, whether it's your daughters. It's the same logic that you got to apply when taking care of a woman. And it's the same logic that you apply. You know, I'm gonna tell you some G shit. It's the same logic that you would apply if you wanted to catch a butterfly. You know how to catch a butterfly? Chat. Somebody put in the chat, how do you catch a butterfly? I know somebody got to know. I can't be the only one that know. How do you catch a butterfly? There's a clear-cut method to it. I'm gonna give you a minute. Think about it. Let me know. Put it in the chat. Yeah, you tuned in at the right time. This is a divine moment for a divine reason. In the chat, I see patience. Put in the chat, how do you catch a butterfly? If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on IG, if you're watching on TikTok, you're watching on Facebook, what you're seeing right now is just a preview, it's just a piece, it's just an appetizer of what's going on, what's been going on, and what's going to continue to go on Twitch. So definitely click the link in my bio and go to twitch.com/Brian Hyppolite, or go to Twitch and search for me and pull up. Follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. The first 111 subscriptions, I'm giving you all of my ebooks. You're going to get 8 ebooks. You're going to get the Manifesting You Workbook. You're going to get access to the Manifest Nation Discord, where I'm dropping gems in that all day, every day. If you like what you see from me on social media, you're going to love the access you're going to have to me in the Manifest Nation Discord. So go ahead and subscribe so you could be a part of that. And there's also where the replays of this going to go, because I know you're going to want to run this back and get some of these jewels again, and you're going to have to tap in and subscribe to Twitch so you could get that. So put it in the chat though. How do you catch a butterfly? Anybody know? I'm gonna give you another 30 seconds. How you catch a butterfly? Brother, it's imperative that you know this and that you understand this, because it's going to help you with every relationship that you have with a female. You know how to catch a butterfly? Come on, I'm waiting. All right, I'm gonna give you this game. You catch a butterfly. This is how you catch a butterfly. You don't catch a butterfly. What you do is you create an environment that a butterfly doesn't want to leave. That's how you catch a butterfly. Not by grabbing it, not by getting your hands on it, not by getting in the net. No, you catch a butterfly by creating the environment that the butterfly doesn't want to leave. You see what I'm saying? Now this is going to work for every woman in your life, bro. My daughters, they love their mothers. They love their mothers, but they don't want to leave here. They want to go see them. They want to go see their mothers, and they want to come right back. Because I've created an environment from the moment they've been born. I've been creating the environment that they don't want, that you not going to want to leave. Everything that you need is here. You want love, you want affection, it's right here. You want education and structure, it's right here. You want correction, it's right here. You want someone that's going to invest in you, it's right here. You want someone that's going to play with you, it's right here. Same thing with a lady that you're pursuing, or a lady that you got. You continue to cultivate the environment. She ain't never gonna want to leave, bro. She ain't going nowhere if she know what good for her. And if she don't, she wasn't supposed to be with you anyway, right? You create an environment that they ain't going to leave, bro. I'm telling you. I came to give you elevation, but I'm gonna give you some pimping as well. It's gonna work for you, but it works with the money too. You create an environment that the money don't want to leave. You keep giving your money ways to multiply itself. Money, you love that. I'm trying to tell you, there's something that you could be doing right now so that you can manifest a greater version of yourself. And I would love for you to visualize and identify what that is. What's the difference between the version that you are now and the version of yourself that is capable of creating, facilitating, and managing the life that you desire? There's a difference between the two. There must be some core beliefs that are different. There must be some habits that are different. There's some relationships, some patterns that are different. And it's time that you start to align yourself with the greatest version of yourself so that you can be that version of yourself. You already know what my motto is: greater shall you be, greater shall you do, and greater shall you have. But what? You got to know it's true. Because without you knowing that, none of it matters. You got to know it's true. It has to be a deep belief in you. It has to be an intimate, that word know, K-N-O-W, know. That comes from the Hebrew word Ginosko. And that word is the same word that's used in the biblical text that says Adam knew Eve and conceived Seth. God knew you while you were in your mother's womb. It's the same word. That word means level of intimacy. That word means a deep level of intimacy. When you know something, you are intimate with it. I really said I was just going to come here and vibe tonight and play some music, tell some stories, and just chill. I don't know how I got into this full-blown class or elevation session, but we here, we doing what we do. This must be what you needed, because that's normally how it happens. This must be what you needed. I'm following my divine spirit, and this must be what your divine spirit needed. Now that I said that, I don't even remember what I was just talking about. But greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have. That you must believe in. You must know that. That's what it was about, being intimate. It's funny now, only time that we hear that word and we think about that word is when we bring the sexual connotation to it. But it means, it doesn't just mean that. It means much more than that. It means a deep state of understanding. When you know me and I know you deeply, intimately, we have a deep level of connection, a deep level of understanding, a deep level of knowledge. Now, here's the kicker. To say that you know something, but then not be able to utilize that knowledge when in the proper time to do so, when that knowledge means so much, and when the execution of that knowledge needs to be present, if you don't know to do it at that moment, you don't know it at all. Not doing something when it's time to do it is an example of that you didn't know what to do. So you might have had an idea. You might have had some level of awareness, but you didn't know it. You weren't intimate with it. It wasn't a deep level of connection of knowledge. It might have been surface level. It's time for you to have an intimate relationship with the God in you. Because I promise you, once that happens, you're going to stop looking at humanity the way that you do. Your own humanity. You're going to stop experiencing your own humanity through the limitations of it. You're going to stop going through life bound by your senses. Each one of your senses offers you a limitation. You can have all the sight that you want right here. You can only see the side of my hand that I'm showing you. Your sight is limited. You did what I'm saying? Every sense that you have is limited by perception. That is not the tools you were meant to be navigating through life with. I wish you would stop. Your emotions are just like your senses. They are very limited in perception. I'll take you to an even better place with this. Your emotions are visitors. Yeah, your emotions are visitors. They don't live here. They come, they go, they pass by. They don't stay here. They don't live here. They don't receive mail here. And they're meant to come and go. They're meant to pass by. You're meant to experience them in passing. The problem that many of us experience is that we hold on to our emotions much longer than we're supposed to. We're holding on to our emotions that we were meant to just allow to pass through. Learn from them, acknowledge them, experience them, learn from them, and allow them to go. No, instead of allowing it to go, you gave it a home. You gave them emotions of what the Wi-Fi password. You fed them and told them to stay and told them, hey man, we're going to be watching Netflix a little bit later if you wanted to hang out. And then you didn't hit one of them things when someone come over and just say, hey man, I just need to be over here for a few days while such and such takes care of it, and then I'll be out your way. And then they wind up being there for a few months. You wind up being there to the end of your lease, don't it? Yeah, that's what you be doing with your emotions. Keeping things that ain't even supposed to be there present. You wouldn't allow someone from outside to just walk in your house, tell you how things are going to be in your house. You wouldn't allow that to happen. I know you wouldn't. You would not allow some stranger to walk into your domain, into your kingdom, into your castle, and start dictating how things was moving in there. However, you will allow these feelings that aren't yours, that don't belong to you, to come into your life and start to dictate the way that you feel, the way that you operate, what you believe, what you're willing to do. They were supposed to come and go, be acknowledged, be observed, and be released. And instead, you've not only gave them a home, but you allowed them to be your master. Master's control. Anything that's controlling you is your master. You've allowed your feelings to be your master. You allowed your emotions to be your master. It's kept you out of the right jobs, the right financial situations, the right relationships. You keep allowing your emotions to be your master. And whatever your emotions are talking about, whatever your ego is saying, that's what you want. You're more loyal to your emotions and to your fears than to your God and to your greatness. And that's a shame. Today's the day you should change that. You should really be intentional at this point in your life to be getting yourself in congruency with the greatest version of yourself. Now, what is your greater existence? I ask that all the time. And to each and every one of us, that means something different. So I'm asking, what does your greater existence look like? What does it mean for you to be living the life that you dream? What does it mean for you to be feeling the joy and the happiness that you desire? What does that look like? Because if you can identify what that is, then we can begin to work through the process of getting you there. We can begin to understand what is standing in your way and remove you from that space, or remove that from your space, whatever it got to be. But it's on you. It's really all on you. It is really all on you to decide to be greater, or decide to just allow your fears, your doubts, your indecisions, your traumas, your tribulations to determine the type of life you're going to live. That ain't what we want. That ain't what we here for. I wrote this song called The Greater Existence, and I wrote it after I published my 5th book, The Greater Existence. And that's 111 keys to walking in your infinity. 111 keys to walking in your infinity. If you want to get out of that mediocre life, you want to get used to walking in your infinity, walking in the opportunities, walking in abundance, walking in opulence, walking in I can and I will, this book is going to help you. It's going to take you from lacking limitation to a lack of limitations. This book is powerful. Your bookshelf ain't complete. Your library is not complete if you don't have Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Walking in Your Infinity by Brian Hyppolite. You need to get it. And you could get it at brianhyppolite.com. If you need it ASAP, if it's an emergency, you need it in your hands, it's also available on Amazon. But if you go to brianhyppolite.com, what I'm going to do is also give you the ebook absolutely free, so you won't even have to wait till it get in your hands. But after that book, after teaching from this book for a little bit, I wrote a song based off of the book. So you're going to hear things that you hear me say in the book, in the song. Let's vibe to that real quick.
See, I'm asking you these questions because the right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers
Don't hope, make it happen.
The right clarity. The right clarity
Don't
offers
hope,
the proper
don't
direction.
wish.
And with the proper,
I know I'm talking all over the song. I'm gonna run it back, but don't hope and don't wish, make it happen. Anti-hesitation is the way. If you want to be a part of the 30-day Manifest boot camp, get yourself in there. Get yourself in there. Matter of fact, you got 48 hours to use discount code GREATER to save $50 on that access. And there's 3 different tiers of access, 3 levels of access. So whatever you're in alignment, whatever is going with you, go ahead and get that. Go to brianhyppolite.com right now. Don't wait. Don't wait, because this class, this boot camp is going to fill up, and these 30 days are going to change all of the divine lives that put themselves in alignment. So if it's something that you want, if it's been tugging in your spirit, if it sounds like something that's going to add value to you, and especially if something in you is pulling you away from it, that's a clear sign that there's an old version of you that don't want to die, and it's trying to stop you from connecting with that new version of you. So anti-hesitation in a way. Go to brianhyppolite.com right now. Use discount code GREATER to save $50 on getting your access to this 30-day Manifest Boot Camp. We starting September the 1st. Stop playing. Let's go. Greater existence. What's your greater existence?
See, I'm asking you these questions because the right
That's
questions
what I'm going to take you to your greater
to the right
existence.
answers. The right answers.
Hey,
Provide the
shout out
right clarity.
Manifesting
The
You
right
Workbook.
clarity offers the proper direction. Questions lead to the right answers. The right answers provide the right clarity. The right clarity offers the proper direction. And with the proper direction, all you gotta do is execute in alignment. But first and foremost, we gotta know where we're going. Focus on what you're about to do. After all you made it through, you still be doubting you. Can't be waiting on a sign when you're the proof. No point in looking at the facts when you're the truth. Your purpose and your power are much greater than your problems. Use them both to solve them, or they'll keep evolving. Trauma ain't your fault, but healing's your responsibility. Be your greatest ally, not your biggest enemy. Sometimes you gotta make a pivot. I focused on my future, not my past, and everything shifted. Self-awareness makes you truly gifted. I identify my triggers, learn from them, and start moving different. But you gon' be a slave until you master self. Mindsets of abundance, they attracting wealth. If it don't align with me, then that's fine with me. But greater's what I gotta be. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Yeah, focus on the gifts that God gave you. Who are you outside the way that your pain made you? What would you do if you ain't have what your fear gave you? How would you love if broken expectations didn't change you? Don't make excuses, make better decisions. Can't blame nobody else for the way that you live it. Playing victim to your past just gon' keep you a victim. Overcome that superhero syndrome. Go from lacking limitations to a lack of limitations. It's gon' take you moving with a lack of hesitation. It's gon' take reversing all of that backwards thinking. But it's gon' take you further than all them dreams that you dreaming. And yeah, you can do it. I swear you can do it. I believe you have what it takes to get through it. This is divine timing, divine intervention, divine direction, divine protection for your divine mission. Greater shall you do, go. Greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence?
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly how it worked out, that we was able to shoot early in the day and get all this snow coverage. We was able to shoot a little bit after that and get new snow. And then we was able to shoot a little bit after that and all the snow was melted, because that's what this amazing environment does, you know? So yeah, so even that music video, the way it came out, was a full manifestation of an idea that I had, of a greatness that I wanted to present to you. And it came out exactly the way that it was supposed to come out. So big shout out to everyone that was a part of that. Big shout out to everyone that's been streaming it. Big shout out to everyone that's been watching the music video, and definitely everyone that grabbed the Greater Existence book. And again, if you don't have that, BrianHyppolite.com is going to put that in your life. Yeah. Welcome to Manifest Nation. If you're just tuning in, this is a live broadcast, a live stream on my Twitch channel. Now, this Twitch channel, it officially launches next week, next Friday on the 22nd. So what I'm doing right now is really just working out the kinks, getting used to this process. So I appreciate everyone that's already came over to Twitch and already followed the channel, already signed up for the subscription so you could get all the extra and all the bonus content. And right now, when you sign up, you're going to get 8 of my books, 8 of my ebooks. There's no other situation that you can find yourself in that for $5.99, you're going to get 8 ebooks. Plus a Manifesting You Workbook that is going to help you get out of your mind, get into your soul, and begin to manifest from your divine power and divine ability. It's going to help you get out your way. It's going to help you get in alignment. And there's nowhere else that you could go to get that for $5.99. In addition to the guided meditations and the affirmations and the access to the Manifest Nation Discord, where every day I'm in there dropping gems. Every day I'm in there having conversations with our members. So not only do you get to interact with me, but other people that are on this timeline, that are on this wavelength, that is on this frequency. And that's what you need. We need community. I've been telling everyone, together you could go fast, but we could go so much further together. Individually, we could go fast, but we could go so much further together. On our own, we're a movement, but together we move mountains. And I'm coming together. I'm bringing us together. The way makers, the generational curse breakers, those who are following the divine caller within the divine spirit, those who could hear it, those who listening to it, and those who responded to it. If that's not where you're at, that's not the type of time you want, then, you know, God bless you. I wish nothing ill against you. But I'm here for those who are tapped in and tuned in to their divine spirit, and they are following their divine mission, or they're at least trying to tap into it, trying to identify what it is. Not those who are comfortable in their cages, comfortable in the habits that just keep them surviving and just getting by. No, we don't want none of that. If that's what you want, you could keep it, you could have it, you could give it to your children. We don't want none of that shit. Greater shall we be, greater shall you do, greater shall we have. Any of those lacking limitations that you want to hold on to, have at it. But listen, for those who really want to go to the next level, who want to unlearn the things that's been standing in their way, who want to release the bondage, the pain, the shame, the doubt, the guilt, the unforgiveness, all of the destructive things that are keeping you at low frequency and low vibration, which means you're having a low vibrational experience, which means you're only able to receive the things that are at that low frequency that you're operating on. If you don't want more for you. How I want more for you, but you don't want more for you. Or, I mean, you want more for you. You just want it to just happen for you instead of becoming more for you. You want more for you. You got to become more for you. Are you willing to do so? Are you willing to part ways with your excuses and line up with some discipline? Or are you going to keep letting emotions run your life? You let your emotions run your life instead of your discipline. It's up to you. What type of change you willing to make? Nothing comes into your life without it first being a part of your inner structure. What's your inner structure looking like? I can see a lot of times, most of the time, with most people, I can see what your inner structure is like by what your outer reality is. And about the mind, and with the mindset that you have about your outer reality. Listen, I want you to repeat these after me. These are things that I say consistently that help renew my mind, refresh my spirit. And I'm sure it's going to work for you. Say this. I release all that no longer serves me. I am letting go of old wounds and negative patterns. I release any fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs holding me back. With each breath, I release tension. I embrace peace. I let go of past mistakes, and I forgive myself and others. I release old energies, and I create space for new beginnings and opportunities to flow in my life. I welcome fresh energy, positivity, and abundance. I'm open to receiving all of the blessings the universe has in store for me. With each new day, I am reborn, empowered, and aligned with my highest self. I trust in the journey and embrace the process of growth and transformation. I am ready to step into my power and live my greatest life. And so it is. Now, as I said any of that, if you repeated any of that, I want you to check to see if there was any part of your spirit that didn't agree, that didn't feel like you were speaking truth when you were saying it, because that's the part that we want to deal with. There might be a belief system that you have, a core belief, a fear that you may have that would tell you that something that I was just saying, speaking from abundance and opulence and opportunity, that you're not in alignment with that it doesn't believe it, that it wants to discard it. And that's what we got to check. That's what we got to deal with. The part of you that's not in alignment with you being in alignment. The part with you that's not really ready to step into your power and live your greatest life. The part of you that's not trying to trust the journey and embrace the process of growth and transformation. You won't embrace the process. You won't stay in the process long enough to get the results that you desire. And that's why you don't have these results. You get the motivation, you get the inspiration, you get the desire, but you don't have the discipline to stay true to the process. The relationship is suffering because you won't stay true to the process. You still want to be governed by the feelings. That job situation, that business idea is suffering because you won't stay true to the process to get you from A to B, from B to C, from C to D. You won't stay loyal to the process. You want to stay loyal to your doubts, to your fears, to your indecisions. You want to stay loyal to the punk ass idea that you have that if I just build it, they're going to come. You want to stay loyal to this weak idea that you can do the bare minimum and expect maximum return. Listen, I'm never one to talk down anybody's level of faith. If you got the type of faith that just say everything I want is going to come to me and I don't have to do anything to get it, God is just going to bring it to me, I'm never the type of person that's going to tell you, you need to do something about that level of faith. That's an amazing level of faith. What I do know, though, is without works, faith don't mean nothing. Without you doing the things that align you with what you desire, it don't mean nothing. You can have faith that the car gonna get you from point A to point B. If you don't never get inside that car, you ain't going nowhere. The faith ain't about to transport you nowhere. You're going to have to get inside the car. You're going to have to do the things that align you. Matter of fact, you could get in that car and drive to a completely different destination. It don't matter that you had all the faith in the world it was going to get you to be if your actions lead you to see. You have to move in alignment. And the thing is, most of us have been going through life allowing our emotions, allowing our mind, we'll take it out of our emotions, our mind to be in the driver's seat of our life. You know what your mind is made of? Your mind is made up of your imagination, your memory, your logic. Your mind is a subtotal of what's been added to and subtracted from it. Now, the problem is your mind was made to be a tool for you. What we see nowadays is that most people has their mind as their master. Something that was made to work for you is now working you. You're following the indications of your mind. You're following your emotions. You follow what your logic telling you. You follow what your memory tell you. You follow what your imagination is telling you. And that's what's guiding you through life. Now, I just want you to imagine for a second where you would be traveling to if instead of having your mind in the driver's seat, you had your soul. What if you had the divine component of your existence in the driver's seat? Not just in the driver's seat, but also choosing the destinations. Because that's what it's meant to do. Your soul is meant to tell you where to go. Now, it's great to use your mind as a GPS, as navigation. What's the best way to get there? What information do we have that's going to help us with this? What logic could we utilize that's going to allow us to do it the best? That's what your mind is meant to do. It's meant to be a tool, not to be your master, not to be your driver, and definitely not to be the one that is choosing the destinations that you go to. Physically, mentally, emotionally, vibrationally. Your emotion, you got your emotions controlling all of your existence. Now, in case no one told you, in case I don't know what upbringing you had, I don't know what school you went to, I don't know how long it's been since you've been in school, things may not have reached you. So I don't mean to insult your intelligence at all, but I want to bring to your awareness that there are 4 components to your existence. I know when I was a kid, we weren't taught this. We were taught that we were mind, body, and soul. That's 3. It was taught that we was mind, body, and soul. The one that they left out was energy. We're vibration. We're more energy. We're more vibration than we're mind and body. We're more vibration, and we're more soul than we are mind and body. Yet we've all gone through life where we've paid attention to and followed the instructions of our mind and of our body, the smallest components of our existence, the ones that will pass away. But these eternal components of us, we don't listen to. We only pay attention to them when something goes wrong. When the check engine light comes on, now we want to pay attention to our energy. When we don't have enough of it, now we want to pay attention to our energy. Now we want to pay attention to our soul. When everything else is wrong. When all the information, instructions from our mind and from our body didn't get us where we wanted to go. Now we have an issue, and when we want to consult our soul and our spirit to get out of it, you should have been consulting your soul and your spirit from the beginning, and you wouldn't even been in this situation. You should have had boundaries around the things that your soul and your spirit is talking about. It's things that you want in your life, but you don't have the boundaries and the discipline to have them. So you won't have them. And if they do fall in your lap by some mystical way, by happenstance, by blessing or otherwise, you won't have them for long. Because again, you don't have the discipline and the boundaries to keep them. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's money, whether it's opportunities, it's going to, whether it's your own personal development, it requires you to have the boundaries that support them, the discipline that goes along with that. Without that, you're just like a ship tossing to and fro, and the waves that's tossing you back and forth are your emotions, your feelings. You ride in the waves of life. There's so many of you who can't even get through a day without having an issue, unless the day lets you be great. You need nothing to go wrong. You need everything to move in your favor for you to be great. You need the day to be favorable for you to be favorable for you. And family, hear me clearly. That's ass backwards. You are meant to influence your environment, not your environment influencing you. You are meant to mandate a certain frequency with your presence, and not your frequency being reactive to every other presence that's around you. It's time to change the way that you've been moving so that you can have something different, so that you can have something greater. Like I'm Ben's telling you, greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you got to know it's true. By knowing it's true, that means aligning with it. By knowing it's true, that means moving accordingly, moving in congruence to that. By knowing it's true, that means not self-sabotaging that situation. By knowing it's true, that means eliminating the situations that would deteriorate, that would be distractive or disruptive. Hey, what you gonna do, man? For a lot of you, it's a season of shitting or getting off the pot. For a lot of you, it's a season of you gonna be right where you're at this time next year unless you don't do something right now. For a lot of you, it's you gonna be in a worse place than where you are right now next year. If you don't do something right now, if you don't get in alignment, if you don't change the way that you are, the way that you're moving through life, 2026 gonna whoop your ass. You see 2025, 2024, 2023 ain't let their foot off your neck. 2026 about to whoop your ass if you don't get in alignment. Yo, for those who serious, for those who ready, the 30-day Manifest Boot Camp starts September the 1st. We about 15 days away from this powerful time, and you should definitely be there. In just 30 days, you are going to shift the way that you are experiencing life. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. I'm not selling you no pipe dream. I'm telling you a formula, a proven formula. I've done this with hundreds of people. We got so many receipts, so many results, so many people speaking on what happens when you get together and something that I've created to take you to your next level. What I'm telling you right now is in 30 days, we're going to identify the limiting beliefs, belief systems, core beliefs that you have. We're going to identify those things. We're going to unlearn them, untie them, undo them, and allow you to release them and let them go. We're going to let go of these destructive beliefs, these limiting beliefs, core beliefs, belief systems. You're going to let that go. And we're going to rewire your thoughts, because your beliefs are nothing more than a thought you continue to think. And I'm going to keep saying that until you get it in your brain. We're going to rewire your beliefs, rewire your thoughts so that they align with the success that you want to have, so that they align with the life that you want to live. Because you got to get that old thinking out of there. You got to get that broken thinking. You got to get that survival mode thinking out of there. Then we're going to rebuild your mindset and your daily supportive habits around what matches your goals and the life that you want to experience. You are going to leave there with a mindset shift, with the tools and the resources and the energy of a high-level manifester, of a high-level creator, of someone who is deliberately creating their reality because you manifesting all the time. It's time for you to be a deliberate creator of your reality. And that's what you want to do. If you don't want to suffer the cost of staying the same, if you don't want to pay the price of not changing, then make sure you type boot camp. Make sure you go to brianhyppolite.com. You click that link in my bio and you reserve your spot. Spaces are limited. There's different tiers of access. I know the VIP tier has less than 10 openings left, 10 spaces left. I think the premium tier has about 25. I'm not sure what's in general admission, but I do know for sure this is going to sell out. I do know for sure it's going to be packed, and I do know for sure that it's going to be divine alignment for those who put themselves in alignment with this. So yeah, make sure you use discount code greater. 48 hours. You got 48 hours to use discount code greater so that you can have this access. You get $50 off. All right. Get $50 off. And this is a celebration. Is because I love you, because I believe in you, because I love being a blessing, and because y'all have been supporting me so much. You've been going to brianhyppolite.com, picking your own price, and downloading the Tropical Depression album. Thank you so much for supporting my music the way that you have been. You are making my dreams come true. I'm aligning myself and you responding to it in such a divine way. Thank you so much. And also, we just reached 75,000 followers on IG, man. We're going to be there in no time. But thank you to everyone that has been following, that's been liking, that's been sharing the content, that's been supporting through social media. Listen, I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. We're going to be getting out here in just a couple minutes. So I want to give you an opportunity to ask me a question or two. If you have some questions, if something that I say hit a nerve and you want to take it to discuss it a little further, now's a good time to do it. Now's a great time to do it. So if you got a question, you can put that in the chat and I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. If you got a number between 1 and 55, you can put that in the chat and I'm going to read you the corresponding page from my 10th book, Bloodline Breaker, A Guide to Shattering Generational Curses and Rewriting Your Legacy. This is a powerful book that every generational curse breaker should have their hands on. When you go to brianhyppolite.com and get it, I'm going to send you the ebook so you'll have that immediately. That should be in every family's library. It's showing you how to get away from those behavior patterns that were handed down to us. There's many of us, not all of us, but many of us were sent here to end patterns that have been destructive in our family. And this is a powerful book for each and every one of y'all. So make sure that y'all get y'all hands on this at brianhyppolite.com. And also don't forget, when you sign up for the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp Challenge, you're going to get this ebook. Don't forget, this is how much I want to put in your hands. I'm giving you so many opportunities to get it. When you subscribe to the Twix channel, you're going to get 8 of my books, 8 of my ebooks. There's no other situation that you got where for $5.99, you're going to get 8 of these ebooks. In addition to a workbook, the Manifesting You Workbook, to help you unlock your divinity and walk in your power. It's all available, man. All you got to do is go to twitch.com/BrianHyppolite. You click the link in my bio and go to Twitch. You go to Twitch and you search me up. You go to Twitch and you look up Manifest Nation. I'm going to be right there. And all you got to do is subscribe, follow, and subscribe. And you're going to get access to the Manifest Nation Discord so you can chop it up with me and the rest of us. You're going to get all of those ebooks, 8 of them. Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. Teach Them Young, 111 Keys to Building Phenomenal Beings. Learn This Young, 111 Keys of Ageless Wisdom. What else we got? We got The Greater Existence, 111 Keys to Walking in Your Infinity. We got the Bloodline Breaker, A Guide to Shattering Generational Curses and Rewriting Your Legacy. We got I got so many books. I'm trying to think of all the names of them. We got Ready to Learn, Ready to Grow, Ready for Life, which is a student's guide to success. If you got a child in your life, a student in your life, is going to empower them. We got Samara Loves Her Locs, which is a children's book written by my child, my now 10-year-old, but she wrote it when she was 6, and it's all about loving your authenticity and the things that make you one of a kind. I don't know if I named them all, but yeah, they there, and they're all there for you. All you got to do. There's a bunch of ways that you could get it. There's a bunch of ways you can get it, but the best way is if you go to Twitch right now and subscribe to the channel. So you love to get that to your son. He's 25, but he's still your baby. I hear that. But listen, all them books gonna be great to him. All them books gonna be great to him. Learn this young, teach them young, Manifesting You, The Greater Existence. All of these books are going to be great to a 25-year-old man. That bloodline breaker to help him identify certain things that came from his bloodline that he don't want to pass down. It's going to be powerful. These are power tools in the hands of a young man. I'm writing the books that I wish someone would have put in my hands. I'm writing the songs I wish someone would have sung for me. I'm having the conversations I wish someone would have had with me when I was a whole lot younger. So I could have made a lot of different decisions instead of getting in my 30s and having to figure out how to get it all together. You know what I mean? So it's all available. It's all available. You can go to brianhyppolite.com right now. There's bundles of these books. They're waiting for you if you don't feel like subscribing. But when you join that 30-day boot camp, not only are you going to get that access to me for the 30 days, but you're going to get those ebooks. You're going to get a lot of powerful things. So, go ahead. Go ahead and align yourself with it if that's what you want to get in your life. But I really want to see you in the boot camp. September the 1st, we turn the pain into power. We turn your wounds into wisdom. Your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. You hear what I'm saying? This is next level power, next level of intention, and I want you to be locked in. So don't hesitate. Don't wait on that. Make that happen. Go to brianhyppolite.com. Click the link in my bio. Get into that 30-day manifest boot camp, man. Listen, I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. That's why I do this, because I want you to grow. A rising tide raises all boats. So if this was impactful to you, come back and watch the replay. Come back and get this food. Now, I'm creating this broadcast schedule, 7 in the morning Eastern Standard Time and 7 in the evening Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on Twitch. You can catch Manifest Nation on Twitch, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Now, I'm streaming. I'm tapping in with everyone on the other social platforms. We got IG right here, TikTok right there. We got YouTube, Facebook. Shout out to all y'all. If y'all want the replay, you want to run it back, you want to get these jewels again, you got to come over to Twitch and make sure that you subscribe so you get all the bonus footage, so you could get the Q&As, the private Q&As, so you can get all the great things that's coming along with everyone that's supporting this new movement of mine, my new channel, Manifest Nation on Twitch. Listen, I love y'all to life. Empower somebody. Share this jewel, share this information. Most importantly, find yourself in alignment with the life that you want to live and the things that you want to see happen. Till next time, though, till tomorrow morning, be great, be powerful, be God's. I'm Brian Hyppolite, the Manifest Mentor, and it's been a pleasure speaking from the God in me to the God in you. Welcome to Manifest Nation. When we don't wait for change, we create it. Y'all take care. You discount code GREATER. You got 48 hours left to use discount code GREATER to save you $50 on your access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. All right? I'm going to tap in with y'all soon, and I'm going to see you at brianhyppolite.com. Peace.